Morning, or rather afternoon. It's wonderful to be here as usual, and I must recall that it was in 1993 where I attended the Conservative conference for the first time, and since then I have been to almost every conference. Actually, I think that there is no other overseas person in this room who might say that he's been to almost all conferences than me, and the fact is that I feel also like a family member here. I feel very comfortable because I have to tell you that since the very first time I've met your party, I have been a Tory, at least in my heart. And therefore I have to say that I'm very proud, extremely proud, that today I can to some extent represent your party in the European Parliament as well, as a chairman of our new group called European Conservatives and Reformists, which we established after last European elections in 2009. And I can tell you as well that never before has our agenda of EU reform been more relevant. And never before has the atmosphere within the EU turned so much in favor of our political direction. And also never before we were fully entitled to tell our opponents, all these Euro-federalists of all kinds, you were wrong, we were right. Because, ladies and gentlemen, European Union is facing a crisis, but not only a crisis of a single currency. This is a crisis of political direction and political management. And first of all, this is an existential crisis, because for too long, European Union has allowed ideology to come before common sense, before economics, and before taxpayers. And even today, there are people in the European Union who still see this crisis as an opportunity to further extend EU powers and to shift further national powers upwards to European level. And I'm saying, to quote somebody you definitely are very familiar with, no, no, no. You know, Martin Callanan, my very good friend, was saying in his speech that conservatives speak up not only for the United Kingdom, they speak up for the millions of people across Europe who feel that their own political classes do not represent their views. And in the European Parliament, this is exactly the reason why we have established this new group, European Conservatives and Reformists, to represent those voters and taxpayers in Europe who want a different kind of Europe. We are now the fourth largest group in the European Parliament. We have two prime ministers, my own prime minister of the Czech Republic, and of course your prime minister, David Cameron. We also established not only the ECR in the European Parliament, but also a transnational umbrella organization for like-minded parties across Europe, which is called AECR, the Alliance of European Conservatives and Reformists, and also a foundation for European reform called New Direction. And we did all that because we must use this opportunity to pursue our agenda further. We must say to Brussels that this single currency crisis is a clear evidence that their agenda has failed. And we have to tell them that we do not need anymore their ever closer union. Instead, we need an open and flexible union. There's a lot of reference in Brussels to Mr. Schuman and Mr. Monnet, and undoubtedly they were nice guys, but they are 50 years over. They are outdated at the moment, and I think that we have to admit ourselves that European integration is no longer part of the solution, but part of the problem. And therefore the EU must be changed, not destroyed, not left alone, but actively changed. And we must stay in the forefront of this change. We must come forward with a new EU paradigm for the 21st century, because there is no one else, ladies and gentlemen, to do that, to fulfill that task. With the help of our and your MEPs, and with the full support and engagement of our ECR group, and with a lot of hard work instead ahead of us, I'm sure that we will win this battle, because the future of Europe is in our hands, and I'm sure that the future of Europe will be the conservative one. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now I have really an extreme honor to introduce my friend and admirable politician, your Foreign Secretary, Mr. William Hague. Please welcome your Foreign Secretary, William Hague.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. And let me say first that I'm grateful to my excellent team at the Foreign Office, David Liddington, Jeremy Brown, Alistair Burt, Henry Bellingham, Lord Howell, Lord Green, James Dudridge, and my PPS, Keith Simpson. They deserve from all of you a big round of applause, please. We've just heard from several powerful speakers. Not only our own Martin Callanan, but my great friend from the Czech Republic, Jan Zahradil, who leads our group in the European Parliament and speaks eloquently, as you just heard, for the Europe that we believe in.